In this exercise, we're going to take this photograph of a €50 note and distort it so it looks like a real physical object rather than one that's been maybe photographed flat or even scanned. So we'll start by going into Free Transform, and we get the familiar Free Transform boundary around the edge. What we want to do is now to enter Image Warp mode. So we can press the Image Warp button on the options bar, and we get the handles appearing over this 9-square grid. If we choose from the custom menu, flag, then we get the beginnings of our transformation. But flag defaults to being a very extreme example of a waveform. There's only one control, and it's this little square here. As we drag this up and down, we can reduce the strength of the flag distortion. And we can either have the euro rippling down and then up like this, or we can have it rippling up and then down. Simply by dragging this up and down, we can distort the banknote to any extent we want. Now the trouble is it's got very square edges still, so it doesn't look very realistic. If we now click on where it says flag as the warp method and change it from flag back to custom, well, we keep the warp we just applied, but now we get the handles as well. So we're now able to pull in these sides. So we apply a little bit of curve to the edges and make an altogether more natural looking note. And we can just click enter to apply that transformation. To apply the shading to it, well, we can use the burn tool. Let's make this rather bigger and set it to highlights, and we can add some darkening in the low points and maybe a little highlight over the high spots. That's a bit too much. And to make it look even more realistic, we can go back into Free Transform and give this a perspective distortion. So if I hold the Command key on a Mac or the Control key on Windows, we can grab each of the handles in turn and distort those individually. And that makes it very easy to make a perspective viewpoint on our banknote. Just like that.